Good morning. If you couldn't hear me before, I hope you can hear me now. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? I hope everyone is well. Everyone is well. As for me, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's early in the morning. This is usually the time I get up every morning. And I don't go back to sleep until the sun goes down, until the sun sets. I have to get up at this time every morning. This is the only time that I really get to have to myself. Because around 6 o'clock in the morning, honey, that's when my house starts moving around. And things start to get hectic and crazy and out of control. So I love getting up at this time. Not only that, this time is considered a part of the witching hour. This time of the morning. We're still in the witching hour. You know why they say this is a good time to get up? Between 3 and 6 a.m. That's because during that time the energy is stagnant. Usually everybody within your environment is also asleep. Okay, everybody is asleep within your house, and most of everyone is asleep within your area. You know, this is the time where everybody sleeps. It's dark outside, it's night. So a lot of people are asleep, and the energy becomes really thick, dense, and stagnant. This is what we call dark energy. And this energy is the source in which we all create from. Not just me, but which we all create from. Alright? This is the best time to meditate. And usually when I get up in the morning, what I do is basically what I'm doing now. After I've taken care of my personal hygiene, I'll go make my coffee. Well, my coffee will already be making, but I'll go fix my cup of coffee. I come in my office, roll me a little spliff, roll me a little white boy, and get my cards, right? And I will pull some cards and meditate on those cards. Meditate on those cards. Yep, that's what I do. Meditate on those cards. This is a ritual that I do every morning. It's ritualistic, what I do. So what's up with you guys? What you guys been up to? How are you guys? Spiritual awakening coming? How is your, how is your spiritual lifestyle going? I would love to hear more about it. I'd love to hear more about it. Drop a comment. Let me know what's going on with you guys. Yeah, so I get up during this time and meditate. You will find that if you get up at this time and you meditate, you'll find yourself downloading a lot of information. Well, it downloads as knowledge. It's up to you to transform it into information which you can use to help benefit your life, or information that you can use to share with others to help others benefit their life. You know? That's the purpose of meditation. Alright, we go into meditation to create what it is that we desire or will for ourselves without getting caught up in fuckery. And what I mean by that is, it's so easy to get caught up in, the negative shit and negative feelings, things that are taking place in your life. That things that will normally distract you from meditating or creating the life that you want to live for yourself. So like I said in my previous video, you definitely want to make sure you're not, when you are meditating at this time of the morning, if you happen to get up, keep in mind that you're also manifesting too, alright? But when you're meditating at this time of the morning, when you get up, make sure you're just not meditating on bullshit and fuckery and, oh, I miss him, oh, I miss her. Oh, I miss him, oh, I miss her. They cheated on me, they did this, and I'm going, don't meditate on shit like that, Instead of doing that, meditate on finding a solution to the issue, no matter what it is. Meditate on finding a solution to the issue. But we're not going to get into meditation today because that's what we talked about in our last video. That's what we talked about in our last video. Let's talk about something different today. Let's talk about something different today. We're going to talk about sex. Everything is sex, y'all. Everything is sex. Everything is sex. That's what a lot of people haven't realized. Everything is sex. And sex manifests on so many different levels. So many different levels. Other than just laying on your back or, it manifests on so many different levels. Because even when you decide to stop having sex, you'll still find yourself having sex, but on a different level, in a different form. It's not, something completely, totally different. Sex is a powerful creative force, and it's not just going to deplete itself once you decide you're not having sex the same way anymore, like, with a man or with a woman intimately. Doesn't mean that it ends. Doesn't mean that it ends. It just takes place on a different form, in a different form. See, that's the one thing I love about spirituality, unlike other religions, or put it like this, unlike religion, traditional religion, traditional European religion, alright, with spirituality, limitation, restriction, and inhibitions are encouraged as a tool of manifestation. Alright? Not a tool to not a tool of suppression or oppression. You understand what I'm saying? Because religion will ask you to suppress an energy, right? To suppress certain energies, like absolutely just don't do it. You can't do it, you know. And spirituality teaches us, yes, you can do it as long as you remain within the guidelines of the universal law. Okay? As long as you remain in the guideline of the universal law, you could do whatever the hell you want to do. And you have to understand that there is such thing as sacrifice. If it's something that you really want in the world, you must be willing to give up something else. And you have to also show that you're serious. Because if you don't show the universe that you're serious, you think they're going to put in any effort, or the ancestors, you think they're going to put in any effort to try to help you? They're going to be like, nah, this person's not serious. The same thing with spell work. When you have people who do spells or have done spells for others, and these people who are waiting for the work to manifest, they fail to realize, right, that they delayed their work because of their own actions or inactions, you know. They can't wait. They can't wait, or they doubt. You know, these are the type of things that delay spell work. You know, these are the type of things that delay spell work. While you're waiting, right? First of all, don't just sit there and wait. Find something to do. Keep yourself busy until you start to see these things materialize. Doubt is a powerful fucking enemy. It's a powerful fucking enemy. Once you doubt, you don't have no magic. Your magic is fucking gone. Your magic is gone. You know? Don't doubt. Don't doubt. Don't doubt. Don't doubt, especially your intuition. That's just like an insult to your ancestors to doubt your intuition. Because it's like they talking to you, right? They're giving you this information and you're like doubting them. Maybe because you can't recognize the difference between thinking and intuiting. Alright? When you think, you are analyzing. You are breaking down things. Alright? You're processing thoughts. You're analyzing thoughts. You're weighing and measuring thoughts. You know? When your intuition kicks in and when it hits and you receive a message, that message comes in very clear. Very clear. And it makes perfect sense. And whatever it is that you're thinking, right, supports your intuition. Everything supports whatever it is that you just intuited. It makes perfect sense. The problem is the minute that you start to doubt your intuition, when you start to doubt your intuition, you know, then that's when confusion sits in. You know, that's when confusion settles in, because now you're doubting your intuition. And you're saying, no, it's not that, it's this. But this is not making a whole lot of sense. So now you're questioning yourself. You're like, man, you know. So it's like a whole process that once you doubt your intuition, a whole process that takes place. And you actually have to go, you have to let some time go by in order to clean your sight after that. You know. You either let time pass by, or you burn some type of herb or whatever, take some type of bath to clear your mental faculty of the dirt and grime that just got in there and caused that confusion, you know. You gotta purify that pineal gland. Just like you sage your room out, you have to take some sage and sage yourself. Alright. Otherwise, you're going to have problem deciphering anything from that point on. You're going to be doubting a lot of things. But don't doubt. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to intuitive messages. When things happen out of the blue, when things get your attention, let me tell you something. That is a message. That is a message for you. That is a sign. A message from the universe that's coming in to communicate with you. And if you're in tune with the universe, you're gonna catch it right away, and you're gonna question yourself. And that question will lead to other questions and answers and so on. The many ways that the universe communicates with us. We have messages coming from all directions, y'all. They come from within as an inspiration. Alright? And then things take place on the outside of us, within our physical body, to let us know if we are coming close to danger. If something is not right, if we need to go in another direction, you know. Some people are not very intuitive. So the universe or the ancestors, they have to use the external environment as a means to communicate with them. You may be walking, you may see something on the sidewalk. As you're walking in front of you, you're like, what is this? Where did this come from? It gets your attention, you know. It would be something odd in the oddest place, you know, and you're like, what the fuck? You know, bluebird just happened to land somewhere close to you. You know, odd things, things that get your attention. Those are communications, divine messages from the universe. Get yourself an oracle or some tarot cards so that way you can find out what those messages mean. Or find you someone who reads really well, that can tell you what's going on in your life. Someone who can read signs and symbols. A clairvoyant. Find you one. And let them tell you what that message means, you know. They could be leading you, these messages could be leading you to some gold, you know, and you're ignoring them. You're like, y'all better start paying attention to your intuition. I'm going to tell y'all something. One of the most profitable careers in spirituality is necromancy. Having the ability to see and communicate with the dead. Okay? Not see them, not be able to see dead people, but being able to see with clarity and being able to communicate, connect with and communicate with the dead. Whatever answer that you have will be, whatever questions that you have will be answered. You know? And when we ignore intuitive messages, we're only delaying ourselves. We're delaying ourselves. Intuitive messages exist to guide us in the world, to help us reach goals, to help keep us protected, to help provide, to help expand. So many different things. So many different things, honey. Y'all. So many different things. But that is one of the most profitable. The reason why I say one of the most, because I'm not aware of all the gifts that the universe have to offer, but I can tell you that it's one of the most profitable spiritual gifts that one can develop within themselves, you know, because we all have it. It just has to be developed. Reading cards helped me develop my intuition. It made me very, very, very sensitive. I don't use tarot to read for others. People use tarot for many different things. It's a personal tool that I use for myself, to read for myself. But reading tarot made me so sensitive, like, you know, sensitive to the point where I basically live a life of solitude. I live my life as a hermit. The only people that I fuck with in my life are my family. It's my family. That's it. My family. That's it. I don't really, you know, I say hello. I mean, I'm not unapproachable. You know, I'm approachable. I'm very friendly. You know, I speak to everyone, and I may have like little idle conversations here or there. You know, about the weather. You know, things that people talk about commonly with other people. So I may have those type of conversations, but when things start to get too deep or feeling, it don't last, put it like that. After a while, I start to feel like I really need to get away and, you know, kind of like be by myself, because I cannot take toxic energy. And a lot of people that come into my life are toxic because I am a healer, you know. But in the same token, I also have to protect myself from toxic energy, you know. So I isolate myself a lot. You see where I am now. A lot of times, you know, I spend a lot of time in my little office here, and like I said, I do a lot of meditating and read cards, you know, and things of that nature. Things that help me purify myself, you know. Yeah, things that help purify my psyche, so on and so forth. But yeah, I can't talk. That's what happens when you become really, really sensitive. You know, it's just that you can feel toxic in other people that you connect with. You can feel their toxic energy. I don't see auras, but I feel people's energy, you know. And most people that come around me, I can feel that their energy is toxic. It can even make you sick. Like if you stay around them too long, you just start to feel energy leaving your body, because the person is so toxic and they're so draining and they're sucking life out of you, literally. So I have to be careful to make sure that doesn't happen to me. To be careful. Yeah, I want to say something, alright, real quick. I want to talk about, I'm talking about a lot of things, but something just came up in my sight, and it's about food. Right. You know, a vegan, living life as a vegan, right? It is a lifestyle, all right? It is a lifestyle, which means that It's how you choose to live your life. Just like polygamy. It is a lifestyle, how you choose to live your life. I think it is so unfair to try to force your lifestyle on other people. It is so unfair. It's just like when Jehovah's Witnesses come and knock on your fucking door in the hood on Saturday, trying to push their religion on you. It's so disrespectful, and you deserve whatever you get from that. And then a Jehovah's Witness, they come like salesmen. You tell them no, and they sit there and offer you an upscale. They try to rebuttal you and offer you an upscale. Trying to upsell you, offer you. Well, come on. Why you don't get the fuck off my porch and get away from that door? Because I told you nicely the first time that I'm not interested. If I have to tell you again, you're not gonna like it. But you are violating me, so I have every right, and I am protected when I cuss your ass out. Or just start to get undressed right there in front of you while you're at the fucking door. You know? It's just really, really disrespectful. I think it's very cruel. If you choose to eat whatever it is that you want to eat, pig ass, donkey ass, whatever, that's your business. Don't try to push a lifestyle onto me. You feel good about what you're doing, that's great, that's wonderful. Guess what? I feel good about what I'm doing too. Alright? Because I don't care how many green leafy vegetables you eat. If you have not purified your psyche, right, and altered your perception to harmonize with universal law, I don't give a fuck what you eat. Them green vegetables ain't gonna help you. It's not going to protect you from no freak accident for all the laws you broke in the past. And when karma come back around, it ain't going to protect you. Those green vegetables are not going to protect you. It's not going to save you from your toxic mind or your toxic behavior. Because it's like you're giving and you're taking back all at once. Spirituality, what we need to understand, does not begin with the physical plane. It ends with the physical plane. It ends with the physical plane. It includes the physical plane. You're so concerned about your body and what you feed in your body that you completely neglect the mind. I'm sorry, not the mind, your conscious. What are you aware of? What are you feeding your conscious? You're feeding your body green leafy vegetables. Wonderful. I admire you for doing that. What are you feeding your conscious? What are you feeding your soul? What are you feeding your mind? What about that toxic behavior? Your toxic beliefs. What about that? Are you working on changing that? Or are you just focused on the body? So make sure in all your eating and your good eating that you're also focusing on expanding consciousness. And stop trying to force your lifestyle onto others. Be happy. Be happy with what you're doing. And if you feel so secure and happy about what you're doing, you wouldn't have no need to try to push it on to others. Ain't that right? Your views is what sets you apart from everybody else. You are the only one. We each all have unique gifts. There are many tarot card readers, but how many of them have the same style of reading? That's the reason why you have so many, because some people adapt to certain styles, you know. You'll listen to one tarot reader, let's say for instance you'll listen to one tarot reader who's speaking about Virgo, or who's defining the characteristics of Virgo, and then you'll listen to another tarot reader, right, who's also doing the same thing, but it's totally different views. However, neither are wrong. They're both complementing one another. But the side that you hear from the first tarot reader, right, whatever they're saying may not resonate with you as much as the other tarot reader. Alright, now what she's saying is resonating. Okay, so that's the reason why you have so many. They're all very creative and unique in their own way. And there's really like no competition. It's just developing your own style as a means to attract your tribe, your people, people who resonate with your clairvoyant ability, you know? People are waking up everywhere, all over the place, y'all. That's a good thing. Another thing you gotta understand, when people come into your life, people who come into your life to challenge you are not enemies. Alright? These people need you to walk in your truth. They need you to reach goals. And in order for them, and they're in your life to help you reach goals. And in order for that to happen, they have to challenge you. It has to be a challenge. And you also have to remember, it's not the physical that's challenging you. You're not being challenged by the physical. You are being challenged by spirit, something greater, something that you cannot see, something that you must learn to trust in, which is the unknown. Alright? Again, that's going back to intuition. Alright? Realize that whatever it is that's challenging you at this time, or whatever challenge that you're involved in at this time, alright? It's not trying to break you down. Perception is everything. You have to change your perception, alright? It's not trying to break you down. It's trying to build you up. It's trying to get you to recognize and realize. And let me tell you something. Once you change your perception and start looking at things fucked up as if these things and people are fighting against you, and start looking at it as a motivating force, alright, that's when you're able to move shit, alright, and make shit happen in your life. Because when you look at shit in a negative eye, right, you are downing or depleting your life force. You understand? You're weakening it. Because you're having to fight. You're having to resist and oppose. And that takes a lot of energy to do. So you're weakening it. You understand? If you want to build it up, change your perception, because you have to understand another thing that goes along with becoming intuitive or developing your intuitive abilities. You must know that everything happens for a reason, and there's no such thing as coincidence. I don't know where the fuck that word come from. There are so many words in the English vocabulary that just fuck up the truth. You know, there's no, it really takes power away from spirituality. Words like that. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Everything mathematically, scientifically happens for a reason. Alright? So if you get stuck, there's a reason why you get stuck. You're stuck right now. Just wait. Let time pass. If whatever it is that you're seeking or you're fighting for, you know, all of a sudden, you know, every direction you turn to try to get to achieve this goal or whatever, something is in the way, that's because the universe is telling you to chill, to wait, you know. Wait. Even though it seems like nothing is going on, nothing is happening, energy is working hard underneath the surface, below your conscious awareness, to make this happen for you. You just need to find something else to do in the meantime, right? Continue meditating or contemplating on whatever it is that you desire, but do other things. Find something else to do. When the time comes, alright, whatever had you stuck before is no longer going to have you stuck. If you're a writer and you have writer blocks, you have writer's block, you're suffering from writer's block, you can't come up with any new content to write about or creative content to write about. This is a perfect example. You just wait. And when it's time for you to move forward, you'll notice all these ideas, creative ideas, just start to flow to you naturally. Alright? That's a sign it's time for you to move now. Sometimes you're required to seek another way. Maybe the options that you're working with or the paths that you've taken to reach this goal are not working for you. It doesn't mean that you can't materialize this. Never tell yourself you can't do it. It doesn't mean that you can't materialize this. It means that you simply need to take a break, step back, meditate a little bit, and find another way. And it must be a way that does not defy universal law and order. So it has to maintain the harmony that's in your life, or it has to work towards also creating harmony in your life. And it's up to you to maintain it. That's how our ancestors did things. That's how they ruled. That's how they ruled. So thinking is a process that helps you materialize knowledge into the world. It gives form to knowledge in the world. You understand? So it's like it gives verbal form to knowledge, because knowledge has no form. It has no form, but it gives verbal form to knowledge. That's what thinking is. And intuition is just basically, intuition goes both ways, alright? First of all, intuition operates on a telepathic plane, which means that's the device that we're using to communicate whatever it is that we, the messages, alright, within the subconscious, alright. So we use telepathy to communicate. Communication is going two ways, just like this. It's going two ways, right? And it is distant communication. So it's like no matter where you are in the world, no matter if you're living or dead, alright? The dead are very active telepathically. So we're communicating like this. So messages that come in is what is called, from my studies, we're using English terms, messages that are coming in are called telepathic perception. Is coming in. This is how I see the messages. Alright? Messages going out are called telepathic communication. Alright? This is what I'm sending out. Okay? So once you develop your intuitive abilities, you've also developed, again, as I said before, you've also developed telepathic abilities. You're able to communicate distantly, telepathically. Alright? And that's what happens. So when we're receiving, and it'll come in any form. Any form. So we always have to be aware. We always have to be alert. And we always have to be in tune. And when we're not in tune, and when something happens that grasps our attention, that's when we need to stop and get in tune. Alright? We have to learn how to willfully go into trance, which is meditation. You know, we have to willfully learn how to do this. Alright? Because this is where we go in. Alright? And we solve issues on the astral plane, and once we solve those issues on the astral plane, they materialize within the earth. Alright? So all of these gifts, they come along with intuition, and you learn and you develop all of these gifts simultaneously, and it helps. So when people tell you, oh, meditation don't do shit, they ain't meditating. They ain't meditating. Don't let them lie to you. They are not meditating. I don't know what the hell they doing. I don't know what the hell they doing. But look, y'all, I've been on here long enough, and I really enjoyed my stay, and I want to thank you guys for chilling and vibing with me this early in the morning. You know, yeah, I really enjoyed this. Love you guys. Love you guys for everything. You know, I'm here and I'm sharing things with you that I don't share with anyone else other than my children, you know. And even if it's not special to you, it's very special to me, you know, because I know that someone is going to be able to take something from what I said and build on it. And if you are that person, I hope you're able to build greatness from whatever it is that you got from this message. And I hope you and your family are able to expand, all right, in all areas of your life. Be blessed.